During the last week of June, faith and political leaders convened in Washington, D.C. for the three-day IRF Summit. The summit's co-chair, former U.S. Ambassador for International Religious Freedom, Samuel Brownback, explained the summit's mission of advancing religious freedom.
It's the International Religious Freedom Summit. It gathers all the various religious communities from around the world to talk about religious persecution and the need for religious freedom. And we've got a simple motto. It's religious freedom for everybody, everywhere, all the time. And that's what we're pursuing and pushing and really trying to build the network of groups and entities to make that happen.
Summit co-chair Dr. Katrina Lantos Sweat had a message of hope for those who have been seeking justice for not just years, but decades.
We've had a really extraordinary summit with an amazing range of communities and people coming together. We've inspired each other, we've uplifted each other, and I hope that everybody who is here will now go back to their homes and their lives sort of newly energized to continue on the path of fighting for a better world, a world in which human rights, religious freedom, rule of law, and justice is really available to all of our brothers and sisters.
One of the groups that has been fighting for justice for decades is Tai Ji Men Qigong Academy, a spiritual martial arts and cultural organization in Taiwan and the U.S. who maintain that the Tai Ji Men community's religious freedom and human rights have been violated for more than a quarter of a century by what they contend are a few rogue Taiwanese officials through criminal and taxation means. Tai Ji Men has attended the IRF Summit for 2 years to raise international awareness about their case.
Tai Ji Men is here to bring up the case to the IRF Summit. We want to let the international community know about this case. Taiwan is a wonderful country, but it's not perfect, especially on this case. It needs to be actions to solve this persecution for 26 years.
Despite the fact that Tai Ji Men was found not guilty of tax evasion, their land was confiscated by the Taiwan government in 2020 based on a 1992 tax bill.
In 2007, the Supreme Court of Taiwan found Tai Ji Men not guilty of tax evasion, confirming that Tai Ji Men did not owe any tax, but Taiwan's Taxation Bureau continued to impose ill-funded tax bills that contradicted the Supreme Court's verdict. In 2020, based on these bills, sacred land of Tai Ji Men that was intended for the Self-Cultivation Center was auctioned off and confiscated.
Tai Ji Men organized 2 panel discussions at the IRF Summit 2022 featuring international scholars to discuss the violations of 2 UN covenants, ICCPR and ICESCR, and human rights abuses in the Tai Ji Men case, calling for the Taiwan government to act.
Bitter Winter magazine is covering the Tai Ji Men case very much. We're very familiar with the problem suffered by Tai Ji Men. The problem that Tai Ji Men is suffering since a quarter of the century is very, very serious.
The only one thing that needs to be implemented is the judgment of the Supreme Court, stopping the persecution, stopping the abuse, returning the land, returning the properties that were confiscated.
The panelists signed a petition to urge the Taiwan government to act on the case.
I'm calling for the people to sign up the petition, asking Taiwanese government to do something to end the persecution.
While in Washington, D.C., Tai Ji Men visited TECRO, the Taipei Economic and Cultural Representative Office in the U.S. The group requested a meeting with TECRO and restated the claims about their case.
So we are here at TECRO because we want our voices to be heard. We want our case to be resolved as soon as possible. It has been going on since 1996, and it's been over 25 years now. And we want them to hear our voices, hear our concerns, and find a way to find a solution so we can end this case.
We also want to call upon all the government officials inside to listen to people's voices, to face the mistakes of themselves.
Tai Ji Men was invited to go inside TECRO to talk to a representative. Finally, a representative came outside to receive Tai Ji Men's petition.
Fight for justice! Fight for justice!
Tai Ji Men has come to TECRO 4 times in the past year, but the case remains unresolved.